In this example here, we're trying to find a prime factorization of 225. I noticed that it ends in a 5, which means it's divisible by 5. So that means that it would be 5 times, and if I don't know off the top of my head how to, what number times 5 gives me 225, here's a little side note you can keep in mind. So I know I can split up 225. It's the same thing as saying 225. And if I were to divide this by 5, I know that this one actually happens to be 40. And if I divide this one by 5, that comes out to be 5. So that gives me 45, which means that 5 times 45 is 225. And now looking at the 5 is a prime number because the only factors are 1 and 5. So I can circle that one. 45 ends in a 5, so I could divide that by 5 as well. So the factors are 5 times 9. 5 is prime because the only factors are 1 and 5 for that one. And then 9, I could actually split it up to the factors of 3 and 3. 3 times 3 gives me back 9. And these are each prime because the only factors are 1 and 3. So you can see what I have circled here are my prime factorization. So I'm going to write down 225 is equal to, and you could put it, usually you could put it in order from least to greatest. So I'll just put 3 times 3 times 5 times 5. But it doesn't matter, because your factors just have to be prime. That's all it means to be prime factorization. But usually, it's usually listed out as lower to higher. But again, it doesn't matter. You could have had 5 times 5 times 3 times 3 as well. And then if you want to go one step further, you could do this. You could say we have 2 factors of 3, so it'd be 3 to the second power, times 2 factors of 5, which would be 5 to the second power. And these are equivalent. So this is just exponential form. We just condensed it a little bit more. So the exponent tells us how many 3's are multiplied together, and the 2 tells us how many 5's are multiplied together. So these are the same thing. Here we're just saying that we have 2 3's multiplied together, and here we have 2 of the 5's multiplied together. So these are identical or equivalent. They look different, but they have the same values. But again, this is the prime factorization, and if you don't know what a prime number is, make sure you watch that previous video.